Welcome to our video tutorial. This one deals with payments. In this tutorial, we'll be looking at how our shop can be set up to accept electronic payments through the integration of third-party payment gateways. It is also possible to create offline payment methods such as invoicing and direct debit, which don't involve the electronic transfer of money, but these will not be discussed in this tutorial. Instead, we will focus entirely on electronic payment methods. To accept electronic payments, we need to create a new payment method. The basic process for doing this is always the same. To create one, navigate to the Settings menu and select Delivery and Payment. Next, select the Payment Methods tab, and from the Calculation Model drop-down list, choose the payment method to be added. Notice that different payment methods can be set up, allowing us to offer a selection of different payment options to our customers. Whenever a new payment method is added, both the general and the payment-specific settings have to be configured. For the moment, we'll just look at the general settings. First, the visibility must be set. This is very important. If the payment method is not visible, customers won't be able to use it. Like everything in the back office, the default setting is not visible, so make sure it's visible before going live. Secondly, decide if this is the default payment method customers will use. For example, if many payment options are provided, customers could be encouraged to use one in particular by making it the default option. Thirdly, decide if a discount or charge is made for using this payment method. If giving a discount, enter a positive value. If charging, enter a negative value. Finally, there's an option to edit the name and description as displayed in the storefront. For example, if a discount or charge has been made, customers should be informed here. A quick note about setting up third-party payment methods. For every method created, we either enter some information from our payment user account into our shop, or we take some information from our shop and enter it into our payment user account. In all cases, data must be manually copied and pasted between the two systems to allow them to talk to each other. It's very important, therefore, that all the required information is entered. Be sure to double-check all this data is entered correctly, or the payment method will not work. So using what we've learned, let's create our first live payment method. With PayPal, our customers can either pay into our PayPal account using their credit or debit card, or by using the balance on their PayPal account. For more information on using PayPal, please visit their website. Following the same navigation trail as before, navigate to the Payment Methods tab. Select from the drop-down list PayPal. Click Save, and then Complete it to enter the PayPal-specific configuration settings. Now we enter our PayPal account name and the operational mode we wish to work in. We want to do some test transactions, so we'll select Test. To do test transactions requires a PayPal account setup on the PayPal Sandbox system. The Sandbox system is used entirely for test transactions, so make sure it's not enabled when the shop is live. For more information, please visit the PayPal Sandbox site at developer.paypal.com. Once this is done, click Save. Next, configure the general settings by clicking the General tab. We'll switch visibility on, and we'll set it as the default payment option. Since PayPal charges us for transactions made, we will pass some of that cost onto our customers by setting up a 1% charge. Notice, in order to charge our customers, we have to enter a negative value here. Our next setting is very important. We must decide if the order is created before or after the payment is processed. We always recommend creating the order before the payment. This way, if problems do occur, we'll still have a record of the order, and we can make alternative arrangements. Finally, we'll inform our customers of the 1% charge we're making in the name and description. As always, don't forget to click on Save. Now that PayPal is set up, we can add the PayPal logo to the storefront. Navigate back to the Settings tab and click the Page Design link. Then select the PayPal logo option. We can also choose whereabouts on the page we want the logo to be placed. Simple. Now let's see how it works in the storefront. Notice the 1% charge has been added to the order because we're using the PayPal payment method. Notice once the order is completed, we're redirected to PayPal's website to make the payment. Why does this happen? It's all to do with data security and PCI compliance. When using any third-party payment solution, credit or debit card data is never stored in the shop. Instead, everything is processed by the payment provider, meaning we don't have to worry about PCI compliance or data security. In this instance, it's PayPal who will process the payment, so we must enter our credit card details on PayPal's site. We'll see in later examples that sometimes the customer is redirected and sometimes they aren't. But in all scenarios, it's the payment provider who's processing the payment and handling the credit or debit card data, not us. Once payment is taken, the customer is redirected back to the shop. Simple. To review all transactions and to check that our order has been paid, navigate to Orders, Transactions, PayPal. Here we have listed all our transactions, their status, and the related order. See how a transaction has been created for order 1014. But notice the transaction has not gone through yet. Accordingly, the corresponding order status is set to Pending. Once the transaction goes through, the order status will be set to Paid, thus completing the order process.